Okay, good afternoon, Venice. This is Frank Abbruzzino. Actually, good morning. This is my weekly coverage of the South County, Sarasota County news. It's basically where I come in, I summarize everything that's transpired over the week, and then cover any events that are taking place this weekend. There's so many threads going out on all my scoop pages. I thought, well, I'll take the most important ones that took place over the weekend. We'll go ahead and put them out there. People seem to like this aspect of the show, so I'm doing it. If you want to sponsor, like you saw Island and Venice Print Center, fabbruzzino@yahoo.com, or in my Facebook pages. You can find it on the Francesco Abbruzzino Show.com. So then put Francesco Abbruzzino, as you see it on the screen, show.com, and that's actually where you're probably viewing this weekly show right now. So without further ado, let's go ahead and get started with the weekly news. And we'll go here and here. Okay. Yesterday out in Northport, a lot of people were asking about lullaby, however you want to pronounce it, and what was going on out there. There's very little information available. It's involving an infant's death. It was a 2-week-old infant. I know somebody sent me some pictures that I put up of animal control out there. Another fan had suggested that there were Rottweilers there last week and pit bulls there this week. No indication that that's involved in the child's death. Again, no information has been released, just various concerns out there with it. How about this lady? Oops. There's my sister piping in. This is a great thing, Cinderella's Closet, and I thought I had all the pictures set to go, but basically they were offering free prom dresses to high school kids that cannot afford them. And oh, here we go. We'll click this link. Let's see if we can get it going. There we go. Kids that can't afford them, so they go out there and basically put these free prom dresses out there. And that wasn't the link. But here they are on, let's see, 4/5. The next time they open is 4/12, April 12th from 9 to 2. Check them out, doing some good things there, bringing the dreams of many young ladies true out there. There we go. That's what I was looking for. These are all free. I think the individual said that her mother has some kind of ties to the Sarasota County School Board, or she's a vice president or something like that, and she just feels like this was something that she wanted to put out there. So there we go. Next thing is this over here. Venice High School grad, FSU student body president. He went out there, Stephen Cavallaro, racked up an impressive resume, and he has become the president of the Florida State University student body. So congrats to him. A little article there on the Herald on exactly what he's doing there, what his leadership ambitions are, and all that good stuff. If you keep seeing this print pop up, it's a workaround with Herald-Tribune news that I put out there on several shows, and I think last week I showed you how to get around it, where basically you can read the article if you're not a subscribing member. Bay Indies US 41 bypass traffic light. I could see Venice City Council bypassing and fast tracking things for Bay Indies. It seems like whenever Bay Indies Homeowners Association gets vocal and starts demanding stuff from the Venice City Council, they tend to jump right on it. That's a good and a bad thing, but the bad thing of it is others in the community, others in the city, other city residents such as myself don't see the same response always. Although in general, the city of Venice is pretty good at it, hopping on many of the issues that are out there for residents. This is something that Pam Johnson sent out. It's the fountains and how they're restoring it, fountain restoration, and they have the council member Jeanette Gates, Bob Daniels, and Jim Bennett out there, in addition to the city manager Ed Lavelle and many others, just talking about the restoration of the fountains, and they're all excited about that, huh? Look at them there. Look at everybody there, excited. Good photo op opportunity. The next thing is this one. This came out of Garden Elementary, and it's they created a giant alligator using students and recycled material as the paint. The gondolier ran this article. How spectacular is that? That looks awesome, doesn't it? kudos out there to Garden Elementary for a good job there. Tuition bill, a boost for Suncoast veterans. As a veteran, I always like promoting this kind of thing. I saw somebody come on there with some negativity, like stay in your own state and get your rates there. But these are veterans that are coming back from doing time, either in Iraq, Afghanistan, or wherever they may have been stationed. Some may have been here homeside. And they decide to, when they come back and reestablish themselves, they choose Florida as a location. I think it's excellent that we're waiving state tuition fees for these veterans. I have no issue with this. The only concern is budgetary concerns and where the money's going to come from, which is always a concern. But the thought of offering these guys a discount, I'm all for it. And that's, I think, at MCC, which I think is SCF now. I always refer to it as MCC. From the old days, the old school days in Venice. Let's see, Venice, winds coming from the north swirl around the South Jetty this time of the year and form a strong wave, which is basically crashing against the rocks and taking the beach away. The waves come in and cause blowholes in the sand, and they just take the sand right out. Soon the city of Venice is going to be undergoing another restoration, beach renourishment for $12.6 million. It's a third in 20 years. I'm not a fan of this. You know what? We spend all this money to restore the beaches, and then the water just takes it away. We didn't used to do this. I don't remember doing this when I was a kid, and the beaches were fine. It's just something that the residents along the shoreline there demand, and we're putting out the money for it. So it seems like every time they come in and do these restorations, they just mess up my surf, and that's my issue with it. Along that and the money, $12.6 million, third time in 20 years. So we've spent, let's look at the low end. Let's just say it's $30 million for all three times, okay, cumulative over the 20 years. I don't know if it's worth it, or 20 years. I don't know if we've gotten, if it's working for us, if we're getting a benefit from it. I'm sure a lot of the homeowners that sit up there will say they will, but I don't know if I'm in agreement there. All right, here's a story. Northport shooting, fatal Northport shooting. I didn't pull up. Let's see. You guys get to see the trick of how to do this, basically. As it comes up, the story comes up, click this little icon there, the little printer, and it'll pull up a print version of the story. This one's on FDL. Just cancel that. FDL is to investigate the fatal Northport shooting of Chris Hayes. Chris Hayes was a local Venice guy. There's a lot of concern regarding this shooting and killing of Christopher. Now the FDLE is going to come in and they're going to look at it and investigate the situation, and because there's a lot of strange oddities with it. One is the fact that Christopher knew the lady and gentleman that were in the house. She is his former wife or girlfriend. I'm not sure the circumstances there, but they had a kid together. And he was there. They alleged that they didn't know who he was and they feared for their life. Others are alleging that it seems a little peculiar and possibly there's some concerns there. So the FDLE, this is a good thing. They're going to come in and investigate. And this is the second issue they're investigating in Northport. The other one is the alleged sexual harassment issue that continues on with the city there. So some concerns there. I just noticed I didn't plug in my computer, and I hope my battery doesn't die. So if you see me converting to the music in one of my sponsors pages real quick, it's because my battery's dying and I have to run, and it'll take about 30 seconds. This is a garbage dump truck that tipped over. It just took the turn too fast. I think it was out by Jacaranda. Again, a lot of accidents out in this area. Drive safely, especially in that roundabout. I think in the last 2 days there was a moped and a motorcycle that were hit in there. Constantly hearing about accidents in there. I drive there. It can be hazardous because you got that out inside, I guess, lane that can turn over and cut off the people on the right lane, and they're not paying attention, and they could each hit each other. So just drive very careful there. Suncoast women to compete for Miss Wheelchair Florida. This is in Manatee County, but this is a Venice lady I found out, Cody Bowman. She's 27, and she's out there competing for Miss Wheelchair of Florida. She liked to go to the beach. She likes it. but it's hard because I need to use my beach wheelchair. Cody was born. Oh, hey, look at this. We got a little bit of a flick on it. Let's go ahead and listen to this. And I tell you what, as you're listening to this, I'm going to go ahead and get my plug.
A young woman here on the Sun Coast who is used to overcoming some challenges is about to compete for a top prize in a statewide competition. ABC 7's Chrissy McClarty has her inspiring story.
Cody Bauman is your average 27-year-old young woman getting her degree at State College of Florida.
I like to go to the beach whenever I get a chance.
With one slight difference.
Because I need to use a beach wheelchair. I was born with a birth defect called spina bifida.
Spina bifida is the most common central nervous system birth defect in the world. It involves the incomplete development of the spinal cord while the child is developing in the womb.
In high school, friendships were hard. Now that I'm an adult, it's not as hard. People are, more mature and grown up, and I just struggled with acceptance and just accepting me for me and not the chair. The chair doesn't make, the chair doesn't define who I am as a person. It's like your legs. It's like, it's just part of me.
Cody wants to change the lens that people see her through to advocate and educate for the disabled community. She's running for Miss Wheelchair Florida 2014.
Kudos to Cody.
Saturday morning, we'll wake up and we'll go through individual interviews. And then we'll go through an on-stage interview. There's no talent portion or like bathing suit portion or anything like that. I have to, like I said, I have to write a 2-minute speech.
She gave us a sneak peek to her speech.
Being in a wheelchair or being disabled, we want to be in the community with other people and not just like grouped together. And so I think there's a need for just, your regular apartment building to be accessible to everybody.
And as Cody works to finish her graduation here at State College of Florida, she finds out this Saturday if she will be nominated Miss Wheelchair Florida 2014. Reporting in Venice, Chrissy McClarty, ABC 7, your Suncoast News.
A couple things. First, I just noticed my mic wasn't plugged in. I'm having all kinds of technical difficulties today. But what it's strange as I was watching that. I wanted to note that. As many of you know, I used to live in Italy. My dad was born, and my sister still live in San Giovanni and Fiore. And one thing I noticed about Italy that they don't have, or Europe in general, that they don't have that many we do have here in the United States, is access for the handicapped. I used to wonder how handicapped individuals get around so many places in Italy because it's so difficult and they are not handicap friendly. So that's one thing I've noticed in America that they do a great job is accessibility for these individuals and giving these individuals platforms like this so Cody can go out there and feel like she's belongs, feels special. I feel sorry for her as she was sitting there tearing up. She seems to be had some troubles in life, so kudos to her, and we wish her best of luck. Back to other news. Hopefully you guys can hear this better now with the mic. Let's see. Oh, this one, the ladies of the house, stirring up some controversy. Eric Johnson put this out there. It shows two young ladies entangled and enjoying each other. And he wanted to know, is this appropriate to be sitting up on a billboard? I personally have not seen this billboard anywhere. It seems like the overall consensus is that it's inappropriate for how they're how the picture is. And I don't think it was really an LGBT issue, but then somebody came up and said not only is it inappropriate, but they had concerns in regards to the promotion of the LGBT agenda out there. You guys make the decision. I'm trying not to interject my opinion into this show, but if you watch the Francesco Abbruzzino show, of course I interject my opinion in there on a daily basis. This is Lamarck. This is something that the Scoop page has basically brought to everybody's attention. Once Charles put out the video there, we had it go, I guess if you want to call it viral for a little city, it's viral. One time I said viral because when defining viral is difficult. There's national viral, there's city viral. This one went locally, city viral. WWSB, WTSP, the Herald, the Gondo, the Sun, they all picked it up and started covering the news story. And basically, they're coming back and saying, look, we've looked at all the air quality issues. They keep saying the air quality, although I see drywall tests will Mark revealed no answers on a related story down there. Teachers are feeling sick. A federal agency might investigate the illness, which they came back and said, look, we've looked at everything. We don't really see any concerns. But what's still standing out there, folks, is why are these people getting sick? Why are so many kids, why are so many teachers and staff members still getting sick? They said in the last month there hasn't been a lot of reported issues. They put in a new air quality system, so hopefully that's helping. But the fact still remains that there is a problem there. How do we figure out what the problem is and fix it? I don't know. I don't know what the answers are. I know I've talked to Josh, who's been reporting on this. He's not sure what the answer is, and we all still just stand here wondering. So there you go. That's the update on that. The CDC has opted out of the investigation, saying that it all looks fine. How about this young man, Peter Frank Martini? He is an out-of-state resident that decided to relocate over to Lullaby Road, which is where the 2-week-old infant just passed away. He's out there and he comes to us with a sexual offense from another state, attempted sodomy in the 2nd degree. So I'm not sure why all these transplants are choosing Northport, or a large majority of them are, but there you have it. I already brought up the Northport police scandal. They're saying that it could possibly spread to other officers. We all know, unfortunately, one of the individuals involved took his life. It says the Northport police party scandal that resulted in one officer facing criminal charges and the other killing himself has been told. ABC 7 has been told that more officers may have been put on administrative leave pending the internal investigation. Paralegal Michael Barfield, who originally requested the details of the case from the Northport, ended up in court over the matter. This is when he filed an FOIA, and they came back and said, well, we're going to push a suit against you. From my understanding is that the FDLE is going to look into this investigation. I don't see a video on here, but I know there was one. Let me click this and see what happens. Nope, no video. So there you have it. And what I'm doing, folks, so you have a better understanding, is I'm basically pulling all this stuff as it comes out, and I'm putting it on a Word document, the links, and then I'm going back to them. So, some of them may disappear. A lot of it's just I'm not sure of the order and stuff, so it's difficult like this. I know there were stories here, and they're gone now, so I don't know what happened to them. Northport, this brought on a few conversations on the thread. The playground at Blue Ridge Park will be closed on Wednesday and Thursday. Maintenance workers were removing a tree root and replacing it with mulch. For some reason, there were a few comments on that one to discuss the Northport temporary closing. And this is real world math. How about this? This is from Mac River. Elementary students and their families were invited to math night at the Sunnybrook Road, Winn-Dixie, Thursday to see how math is applied while shopping. Each grade level had their own scavenger hunt list of things to find. And in this picture, we have Sherry Payton, father, daughter, Grace Payton, around as they do that. So great idea, utilizing math and how it works as you're out there shopping. Great. I like the concept. When Dixie did it, I'm guessing this corresponded with their rebranding from, Sweet Bay. So good job there for marketing from the Winn-Dixie standpoint, and then educational wise from the standpoint of using math to get out there and do your shopping. This is some young men from Sigma Phi Epsilon fraternity at the University of Illinois. They spent their spring break with Habitat for Humanity. That's a great way to do it. I used to spend mine partying in Daytona and surfing. These guys, I give them kudos. They're out there working hard for Habitat with Humanity. Some of the 40 are, and they go through their name. The Habitat for Humanity site supervisor was Sigafu. So good job there, guys. It's inspiring. You're showing kids what they should be doing instead of what I was out there doing. See that? Here's another link. We already discussed that. Again, I got to work on that word format when I'm putting the stories in there so that it comes out better. Incoming freshmen register Lemon Bay. This will be happening at Venice High soon in Northport. In this picture is Michaela Marnola and Brianna Haro. They're out there with Gina Ward, and they're checking out some culinary stuff. So you got the incoming freshmen at Lemon Bay checking out the scene. How about this? Venice High School seniors. The Indian softball team won their final district game 9-0 over Ida Baker, improving their record to 7-1 in district play and 18-5 overall. And then you got 3 of the seniors right there. Okay, next we have kudos out to Lemon Bay High School. Girls tennis team won the District 2A11 tournament for the 5th consecutive season on Monday in Sebring. So congratulations to those girls on an outstanding job on the tennis courts. We have this one, Lemon Bay High Schooler Summer Jones, and the Suncoast faces the game. Jones went 2 for 4 with a triple and 3 RBIs on Wednesday for an 8-4 victory against Port Charlotte. Sarasota Mobile Health Unit, they're going to be back out hitting the roads. Let's see, for our area, Laurel on April 16th from 2 to 5 at the Sanderson's Terry Community Center on Collins Road. In Venice, they're going to be out. They were already out here on April 2nd. This was posted on the wall, folks. The next time you can catch them here in Venice would be on April 9th at the Salvation Army Family Store on the Bypass. April 16th at 9:30, they have Habitat for Humanity Restore on Ogden Road. That's over there off center. In Northport on Friday, let's see, they already did yesterday's. The next one for Northport will be on the 7th from 9:30 to 3 at the Walmart Super Center. And then you have April 18th at the Goodwill Minnesota Center in Northport. And then Inglewood, yours is on April 15th from 10 to 3 at the Elsie Quirk Library. So good things happening out there, helping, giving back to the community. All right, this is something I'm going to play. This is an event I'm involved in where it's next weekend at the Northport High School at 7:30, and then it shows up again at Inglewood or Lemon Bay High School Saturday at 7:30. I'm hosting the event. This guy just sounds very good, JJ at the tunes. I know this event goes to help the choir at Northport and I believe at Lemon Bay. So I decided to join in there and help them out in raising some money to fund these 2 great programs. Here we go.
Celebrating Queen, live, April 11th, Northport Auditorium. April 12th, Lemon Bay Auditorium. A wall of rock, a wall of vocals, a night of rock and awe. Northport, April 11th, Lemon Bay, April 12th. Tickets available online at Ticketly. Celebrating Queen, live. They will rock you.
All right, for tickets to that event, you can just click on the events under the Venice Scoop, and you can find the information. Plus, I'll be sharing it a few times. Again, it helps out the local school choirs. The guy sounds awesome. JJ sounds phenomenal. For some reason, he thinks he's going to get me up there singing. I'm going to host it. I just don't know about singing, folks. I just don't have the tunes. I can't belt them out, but we'll try and see what happens. This is an interview that I have, and we're not listening to the full 5 minutes, but this is an interview with Judy Byington on human trafficking and multiple personalities with kids and stuff. Very interesting author, and she will be on my show on Monday. I'm taping it around 12 my time. It'll play at 3 o'clock or 3:30 on my live show. A quick look at her and see if somebody
ABC 4
be
News
interested in watching.
exclusive. 22 personalities. Personalities that some say a woman developed to protect herself from years of horrific abuse, including satanic rituals. The night team's Kimberly Nelson introduces us to Jenny Hill, the woman with 22 personalities.
It's something out of a nightmare. satanic rituals, and human sacrifices. But this nightmare is real for Jenny Hill. It's a secret that's been burning inside of her since she was a little girl.
Naked, tied to a cross when you're young. And mine was, I was first born 6 years old and I qualified.
Jenny's story of satanic ritual abuse is documented in Judy Byington's new book, 22 Faces.
She had been sexually abused and ritually abused as a very young child. And so she had these different multiple personalities that anytime she got into a stressful situation, they would take over her mind and body.
Her first altered personality was born at the age of 4. That's when Jenny says her father, a devout Mormon, began doing the unthinkable.
And he went and told me that he loved me over my mother. There's your secret.
It was a couple of years later when the satanic ritual abuse began. More personalities were born to help her deal with the sexual abuse and torture.
It's like she knows she's being abused, but she doesn't feel the abuse. Because these altars are holding, the pain of that.
Jenny didn't remember the abuse. All she knew was that she would lose time. Until one day she woke up in a Utah psychiatric hospital, confused. Dr. Weston Whatcott treated her.
If this were not real with her, she deserves 17 Academy Awards.
In that time, Whatcott says he witnessed several of Jenny's alter personalities.
Entirely different voice.
Okay, so that's some of what we will see when I do the interview with her on Monday. I don't know if it's video yet or she's just going to be calling in, but you can see it on the Francesco Abbruzzino show. Today we got some events, the Venice Book Fair. Speaking of authors, my daughter's going out there from 8 to 10 to help the authors set up. I'm going to probably stop by after the gym and just pick up my daughter and check it out real quick and see if I can get anybody for an interview next week. To promote their book and tell a little bit about it and educate us on it some. So check it out from 10 to 4 at Centennial Park. Good things happening there. I think it's about 50 authors. Smoothie King has their 3rd annual 5K run tomorrow. This starts at Maxine Barrett Park. It's benefiting the Venice area young professionals, and its race starts at 7:30. Registration at 6 o'clock. So check that out tomorrow. Tonight, the drum circle, I don't have it on here, obviously, but I recall some belly dancers saying that they're doing some type of event at the drum circle, and they're giving the money raised to Spark, which helps domestically abused women and their children, and helps them get away from their situation. That's at sunset at Nokomis Beach. This thing is tomorrow, the FOP, VPD, VFD Relay for Life. So in case you don't know, Fraternal Order of Police, Venice Police Department, Venice Fire Department. It's $10, all you can eat, spaghetti, salad, and drink. And this is at Gianni's Pizzeria and Arcadia, or an arcade. And if you go there tomorrow, a portion of this goes back to their campaign to help the Relay for Life. So good things out there with our VFD, VPD, FOP. And I went one click too many. Hold on one second. Okay, here we go. Let me see. That's basically it until next Friday when you have the ribbon cutting for the Legacy Builders. And, yes, what I just did, the Queen Celebrating with Queen. So there it is. If you put in Celebrating Queen concert, I'm on this and creating it, but actually JJ put it all together. So when you see my lovely mugshot up there, it's not me being narcissistic and putting it out there. It's JJ doing that. So the good things there. Check it out. Northport High Friday at 7:30 and Saturday at 7:30 at Lemon Bay High School. You can get tickets by calling 941-548-7701, or if you go to the event, you can click on the buy ticket link there, and it will send you to purchase your tickets. And I think, well, that's the news out there for today, folks. Hopefully everybody will get out there. Here in Venice, sunny Venice, Florida, the top retirement community in the state, in the country, it's going to be sunny. Sunny and hot Snake Island restoration has been completed. So if you got your boat, stop out there. Check out the new Snake Island restoration. Be considerate. Don't leave your trash and do all the good things out there. Check out the beaches. I'm sure the pier, Nokomis Beach, Venice Beach, South Jetty will be packed. It's still tourist season. They don't start leaving really until after Easter. Get out there and enjoy Drum Circle. Get out there and see some of the authors. I'm sure Venice Avenue will be packed with that event, and it's normally packed without any events. Myself, I'm going to check out the authors after the gym at the Y, and then I'm heading up to Lakewood Ranch. My lovely daughter, Francesco Abbruzzino, has a tournament with the Jellies at Lakewood Ranch. So, Frankie, if you're watching this, best of luck. She's got to be there at 7 in the morning, so she's getting up shortly here, and she is not going to be a happy camper. She's not a morning person by any means. So good luck there, Jellies. That's it for me, for Francesco Abbruzzino. Hopefully you guys are enjoying this weekend review. I'll try to get it so it's a little bit better and so that we're not seeing a lot of duplication there. I think I got a process that I'm going to start next week that might make it a little bit smoother for everybody. That's it. And we'll see everybody later.